Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be discussing is we're going to be talking about the court storming that's been going on around college basketball and why people think it should be banned just completely from the sport. And this goes for college basketball and also college football when it comes to field storming. Real quick, if you don't know what it is, when a team, that the home team, upsets a team on the road, say like a number 5 or number 1, whatever, a ranked team on the road comes into an unranked team and they beat that team, they are going to celebrate in fashion of the way college can do, and they're going to storm the court, storm the field, and they're going to have a big celebration. In recent history, it's gone a little over excessive with the fact that players are getting injured now on the court of the away teams. We saw a couple weeks ago with Caitlin Clark, big time superstar within the women's college basketball scene. Whenever Ohio State defeated Iowa back then, Ohio State's fans, they rushed the court. Caitlin Clark was trying to get off the court, and Ohio State fan, I guess maybe like a social media person, somebody with a phone, they were holding up a phone, they ran on the court, and Caitlin Clark got bumped, but she got hurt nonetheless. And then if you did not see here recently, Duke got beat by Wake Forest. People said Wake Forest was actually favored in the game, which kind of makes it a little bit more stupid, if you ask me. But nonetheless, Duke was a ranked team. Wake Forest was not. Duke ended up getting beat by Wake Forest. And Wake Forest, they celebrated. It was 79-83. I'll put the clip up on screen if you want to check it out. But you can see that Duke tried to throw the ball in. There was a 1.8 seconds. The game was pretty much over, and Duke ended up losing the game. Wake Forest stormed the court, and their player ended up getting bumped. They said it was a sprained ankle. He should be good to go. But then he went to Twitter afterwards and said, like, this needs to change. So with that all being said, what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to kind of give my opinion on if I think it does need to be banned, if I do not think it's going to need to be banned. At where I'm standing right now, I don't think it needs to be banned, but maybe I'll change my mind as I go through this video. So without further ado, if you go to enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, as you can see on screen, there's this article here that we're going to be checking out. I'll put this link down in the description below if you want to go check it out completely for yourself. But like I said in the intro, we talked about the Duke superstar getting injured, the Ohio State game when Caitlin Clark got injured, and a couple of the big time guys within like College Game Day and the college basketball analysts, Seth Greenberg, Jay Bilas, they've been talking about it, especially Jay Bilas, and he's basically voiced his opinion many times saying he does not think players should have to come in contact with the fans. And kind of the whole reasoning behind it is because he said when you lose a game, especially a high intensity game like that, you think you should want it, you should have easily won it, you're upset, and at that moment you're pissed off, you're mad. It's like, how the fuck did we lose this game? And when the fans start rushing the court, they're gonna rush. Obviously, we all know they're gonna come by, they're gonna scream, F you, you suck, blah blah blah. They're gonna say their things. Obviously, we know they cannot touch you. That should be the number one rule. They cannot touch you. They can scream, they can yell, they're gonna do that. And when you're pissed off in that moment and you're just like mad that you lost, mix emotions of college kids coming onto the court and another college kid. These aren't grown professionals. Maybe they have the mindset of a grown professional, but in that moment when you're pissed off, all your mindset just goes out the window, in my opinion. Now, like I said a couple minutes ago, I think it's worth it when the fans storm the court because it's a big celebration. It's exciting. You just beat a top team. Say you just beat a top 5 team, you're an unranked team, you had no business beating them. You were maybe the other team was favored to beat you by like 15 points, and you actually beat them. Fuck yeah, I'm storming the court. It's a celebration, and they're gonna say, man, this is like y'all's Super Bowl, your national championship. Fuck yeah, it is, because we don't get these type of wins often. Now, the main question that's been asked is, can it be prevented? A couple of things you can do to kind of, I guess you could say, try and prevent it. They give a couple of options in here, but I'm just gonna give my opinion. First off, security. We need better security. Now, the one thing I do want to say with the Duke instance, with the Duke Wake Forest game, 1.8 seconds to go, you're down by 4. I think what Duke's plan was there, just kind of get sidetracked here, I think Duke's plan was they were going to try to catch the ball, try to shoot the 3, get fouled, hopefully it goes in, 4-point play, but in that moment, it didn't work. I think in some instances when you're down like 5, in that moment, and like the other team's getting the chance to, or you're inbounding the ball, you already know you're going to lose, I would just like quickly inbound it. You lose the game, it's whatever. Let's get the fuck out of here. When you lose the game and you know the other team's going to be storming the court, you should not be just standing there thinking, oh, I'm going to walk over, maybe shake hands to the other team, good job, and then we'll head out of here. No, you need to know they're coming, and you need to get the fuck off the court. Because I've seen it more than once, more than a dozen times, where the other team, they lose the game, and they're just kind of moseying around, and the fans start storming, and they might get bumped, collided into, and it's like, what did you expect, bro? Now, let's get back to what I said about the security thing. Security could help out a lot. A couple of the rules that I've seen from a couple analysts have been good rules. One of the rules was, let's take it to where when the game is over, the clock hits triple zeros, you lost the game or won the game, whatever happens, the home team wins the game. In that moment, security should be able to get like rope around the entire stadium or around the entire court, say college football as well. They should be able to get roped off, make it to where nobody's coming on this court. give the other team at least 30 seconds, even 20 seconds. That is enough time for them to quickly, everybody, if you lost the game, get the fuck off the court. The head coaches can go over, shake hands real quick if the players want to go shake hands with somebody, and then get the hell out. And if you're still on the court at that time and you get bumped into and ran into, that is your fault for staying. I say at least like a 15 seconds to 30 seconds buffer, giving them enough time to just go over if they want to shake hands, say good game, and then they can quickly get the hell off the court. They can do that. I think 15 seconds is more than enough time. 30 seconds gives them, like I said, that enough time to go shake hands and get out of there. And then one of the rules that was said was if the fans, they decide to just disregard the security and they try to like go under the ropes and get on the court and they're just like going out there trying to celebrate, you keep them there and you make sure they stay there on that court, and you tell them you're going to get arrested for like trespassing or whatever. Or one of the ones I think Seth Greenberg said was criminal negligence, and just basically say you are not allowed on this court. You tell the fans as you're putting the ropes of security, tell the fans you cannot come on this court until we give you the green light. Because it's not like they're trying to tell them, no, you're not allowed on this court. We're saying you're not allowed on the court yet. You will get your chance. You will be on this court. Just give us a second to let the other team vacate the court, go back to the locker room, and then you guys can have your fun. I think that's the best scenario. And I've seen other people try to give other like ideas on what to do, but I think that's the best case scenario because you've seen, like I said, like Caitlin Clark and now the Duke star, like it's one of those things where it can be avoided. It can be avoided 100%. Now, something I want to point out is for those of you who do not know, when a home team storms the court, whether, like I said, whether it's basketball, football, and sometimes I guess you could say even college baseball might do it sometimes. If you storm the court, you are fined. It can depend on your university. It could be anywhere from like $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, sometimes even $1 million. You will get fined for it, and fans or the team presidents, they almost like say, fuck yeah, let's do that. And they do not mind paying the fine, especially if they get the top win. Like when you beat a top team, just like the whole court storming, the field storm, that helps you recruit. When we saw Tennessee beat Alabama a couple years ago and they stormed the court, tore the goalpost down, that was magical. When you see Auburn beat Alabama a couple times, that is magical. When you see Michigan, sadly, since I'm a Ohio State fan, beat Ohio State and they storm the field, it's magical, I guess you could say. It's just something with college sports that you cannot beat. And people say, well, the NFL doesn't allow it, the NBA doesn't allow it. Yeah, because they play a ton of games. They're not really excited about winning that one game. Whereas in college sports, you very rarely ever get a chance to beat a top team. And with the NBA, it's different. With the NFL, it's different from college football. The other proposal I saw was let's make all the college kids, the kids that are getting in there on like their college passes and they can go to the games, make them sit in the second deck because they're the ones that are really wanting to run onto the court. And something that was said was, what happens if like a 80-year-old woman or man decides to sit down in the front row and they want to go on the court and celebrate, but then they get trampled by some 18 to 23-year-old college kids who are just like fucking just flying onto that court and they just end up running them over. Number one, I think it's stupid of the old people to be down there in general trying to storm the court when you know what it looks like. Number two, I don't think it's really going to matter if you put the college kids up top. They're still going to find a way to get down there to go get on that court the second that game's almost over. Now, with that all being said, let me kind of wrap it up by saying this. I really don't want court storming / field storming to end. I think it's a great thing for college sports. I love it to death. I do think, like I said, security needs to pick up the pace and they need to find ways to make it at least safer for the players, safer for the coaches of the away teams, and make it to where it can work for both sides. Because if players keep on getting hurt, it's going to spark alarms. And it's going to make it to where the NCAA is going to have to step in, like commissioners of Big Ten, SEC, ACC, etc. They're all going to have to step in and they're going to have to kind of go through and they're going to have to say something needs to change. Or if, because like, think about it. You go on that court, you think you're going to be able to play the game. You're going to be able to go, whether you win or lose, you get a chance to get off the court and you just go back to the locker room, get changed, go home, you go about your business. But now it's like you're almost like fearing for your life if you lose the game of like, oh shit, how the hell am I going to get off this court? And say it's like a game-winning shot. You're down by 1. You get the ball, you go for the layup, and you don't get it. Oh, buzzer goes off, you didn't get it, you fall on the ground because you thought you got fouled, but you didn't get fouled, and then all of a sudden, it's like you look over and you just see a wave of people. For all you know, they might not look at you and be like trying to get around you. They might just fucking stomp all over you and run over you, and then you are like got broken bones or whatever, and you're just laying there like a corpse. Which is why I said there needs to be like a 15 to 30 second buffer. It would make so much sense. It would give the players time to get off the court, like I said, shake hands, do whatever you gotta do, and it would honestly work, I think. Now, in college football, that'd be a different story. I think there you need about 30 seconds to a minute because bigger field takes time for the coaches to get out there, shake hands, and then they can run to the locker room, run the whole way across the field. But like I said, I do not think court / field storming should be banned. It needs to stay for good. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully, you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you disagree with me, agree with me, do you think court storming and / field storming should be banned or not banned? If you agree with my point about like the 15 second to 30 second buffer, if you think that's a good idea, bad idea, leave your opinions down in the comment section down below. Be more than welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here, support and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.